Hello, welcome back to Cracking the Cryptic. And yeah, I've got a few things to say before we begin today. So there have been a couple of things happening on the channel lately. A couple of days ago, solving a just curb puzzle. Yeah, I mean, as many of you pointed out, I did make a mistake. For some reason, I got 3s and 4s the wrong way round in the middle 3 rows of the puzzle. Not only that, I compounded the error by believing I'd got the right solution and then inputting that as the solution into the link that we then saved with the puzzle. So all my fault. It wasn't a coincidence that the testers had done it wrong and then I had done it wrong. I solved the puzzle. It didn't have a solution code in when I solved it. So I added the solution code, but of course I added the wrong one. So that took me an hour or two to to check the comments. And that's because I was actually arriving back from an air trip. I'd been on holiday in Greece, and before you ask, luckily not Rhodes or Corfu. And it was a very nice holiday, thank you. But yeah, occasionally we are on holiday, and sometimes we will save up videos to show for when that happens. And part of that has accounted for another incident where Simon and I both solved the same puzzle by pietato due to a miscommunication for which I again take full responsibility. I didn't realize Simon had solved this puzzle when I did it, and he's still decided to put up the video. People are often interested in seeing us solve the same puzzle. He was quicker than me. Hats off to him for that. I thought it was a very tough puzzle by pietato. Simon made slightly lighter work of it. But if you do want to compare ourselves, check out yesterday's puzzle by Simon. Find the same puzzle when I did it. I think it had opaque in the title, if you want to search. There you go. I mean, I think people are quite interested in these things, so it's a bit of a bonus in some ways. Although at least one comment said they want a new puzzle every time. Well, you can go to the Discord server. There's loads of new puzzles on there. Do check it out. We have all sorts of other connections with the channel that are worth checking into as well, which include our apps, which take you through many of the variants that we solve. We have a killer Sudoku app, which seems relevant to today's puzzle, which I'm going to get to. There's a story with that as well. We have all sorts of other apps, and you can join us on Patreon as well. We've put up, there's another story. We put up solution videos to the Kraken hunt, and I probably need to do a slightly further addendum to one of the solution videos where it has been pointed out that we haven't quite eliminated all logical possibilities. Apologies for that as well. We are only human. We are struggling on trying to bring you 2 videos a day wherever we are, whatever we're doing. You can often tell from my Wordle background if I'm not in my regular haunts. And there you go. That's what's going on the channel. What's going on in today's puzzle? Well, this is a debut on the channel by Scott Williams. Now, that name won't be familiar to you, but the surname might. Scott is the son of Emily Williams, who comments on every video every day, is always thoroughly supportive, and also does a vast amount of unseen work for the channel, and we are very grateful to her. Emily asks not to be acknowledged by name very often, but sometimes it just has to be. And Scott has sent this puzzle to celebrate Emily and her husband Byron's 41st anniversary, which is a fantastic achievement. Very well done to both of them. And great news. I mean, I presume they are father and mother to Scott, indeed. It seems unlikely they're anything else. Now, very happy anniversary to you both. Thanks, Emily, for everything you do. You are a great person. Very happy to do your son's puzzle today. Now, Scott is another great person. He's a 7th grade math teacher, and he banned a certain number from his class. And somebody therefore made a joke that 4 ought to be a banned number as well. And Scott has created a Sudoku puzzle based on that, called May the Fours Be With You. Well, maybe we should be doing this on Star Wars Day. Suddenly can't remember what Star Wars Day. May the 4th, of course. Sorry. But we're doing it today because it's Emily's anniversary and it's Scott's puzzle, and that is how we roll. I was hoping I could come up with some sort of, she's going into her 44th year of marriage, but it's only 42nd. Only 42nd. Fantastic. Anyway, we are going to be having a look at this puzzle today, and hopefully there will be a link. Hopefully the link will have the right solution if you want to try it yourself. If we can get all of our ducks in a row for once. The puzzle is called May the Fours Be With You by Scott, and the rules are these. Normal Sudoku rules apply. So we're going to be putting 1 to 9 in every row, every column, oh, I can't do a column, and every 3 by 3 box. So my mouse has obviously got a problem. Identical digits cannot be a night's move apart. There's a restriction for me to forget as we go along. I will try not to. Digits in cages cannot repeat and must add to the given total. And you'll see that these given totals share a certain degrees of similarity. Along the marked diagonal, digits must add to the given total. There is only one marked diagonal, one little killer clue, another 11. All the cages add up to 11, and that pair adds up to 11 as well. That's what we get. Do give it a try on the link under the video. No idea about difficulty, but tribute to Emily, and that is appropriate. And I am going to start the puzzle now. Let's get cracking. So, all the 4s are given. That is very rare for us to get a puzzle with all of one digit being fully filled in. And that either feels like it's very generous or it's very cunning. Okay, so none of these 11 cages, or indeed this 11 pair, can have a 4 in. There's my first deduction, because none of the 4s are in cages. They would actually be more helpful if they were. So what are the cage possibilities? Well, for the 2 cells, it could be 2, 9, 3, 8 or 5, 6. For the 3 cells, we can rule out 1, 4, 6 and 2, 4, 5. Just going to very briefly aid memoir the possibilities. So we've got 1, 3, 7, 1, 2, 8 and 2, 3, 6 left. Those are the 3 ways we could fill a 3-cell 11 cage. I don't know, is there any giveaway on how we get started? 2 straight cages in the puzzle. A lot of bendy ones. I think the 3-cell cages are more interesting than the 2 cells. I mean, it's just a feeling. What were those? Let's just have a look at these possibilities again. This is just aid memoiring again. I'm not entering these as candidates in these cells. Okay, there are some interesting features about this group of cells. Any 2 11, this is really interesting actually. Any 2 11 cages in this puzzle, okay, I'm going to talk about the 3-cell 11 cages. Any 2 3-cell 11 cages must share a digit. If it's those 2, they share a 1. If it's those 2, they share a 3. And if it's those 2, they share a 2. And each of these cages has 2 small digits in from 1, 2, 3. And then 1 from 6, 7, 8. And I'm sort of looking at these 2. And the conclusion I just reached that there must be a shared digit. Well, it can't be written twice in box 1, that shared digit. So it must be here and in one of these 2 cells. This is so not the puzzle I was expecting Scott to send, actually. This is interesting. I mean, sorry, I didn't imply I expected him not to send an interesting puzzle. I thought there'd be a way into it without going deep. I'm assuming now that I'm going to have to colour these 11 cages different colours. Ah, yes, look. those have to... Okay, again, let's just... Sorry, very quickly, let's just go back to these three possibilities. Let's assume one of them is one... What I'm going to posit is that one of them is one colour, one of them's another colour, and one of them's a third colour. I'm going to see if I can colour the 3-cell 11 cages in this grid, just to get a handle on where to start. Now, obviously, this one can't have the same digits as that one. But also, this one has to be a different flavour of 11 cage from this one, because all three of this one's cells are in box 2, and that can't be the same. Now, if we can find... And I've got the Knight's move thing going on as well. Haven't forgotten that. Okay, I don't know what's going on. I'm going to remember that repeat digit in case it helps. I'm going to colour this cage green. This is the green 11. Now, that is going to have to be different from this cage because it shares... That cell can't be any of those three because it's in the same box. It's going to have to be different from this cage because... obviously those two cells are in the same cage. Now, I haven't proved that blue and orange are the same. Are not the same, sorry. I haven't proved that they're different. So that could be orange. Oh, that's annoying. Okay, I don't know. What I was noticing, why I chose green to start with, is that can't be the same, that can't be the same, and this can't be the same, because if these were the same, you couldn't put 4 of the same 3 digits in the column. I don't know. You have to be very selective about where you start here. Okay, I'm changing horses in midstream. That's orange. This is going to be, let's call it blue. They can't be the same because there are 4 digits in column 5, and if they only used the same set of 3 digits, that would be impossible. Now, this can't be the same. Oh, that's... I'm not getting anywhere here, I'm sorry. I keep seeing relations that are impossible. That can't be the same as this one, because those 3 cells also see that cell. Sorry, I'm not being very coherent here, but I am trying to find a start point and not really getting it. This has to be different from the blue one, and that has to be different from the blue one, but can this be the same as this? I don't see yet why not. This has to be different from this one. So I can establish all sorts of one-on-one differences, but I can't find a set of 3 yet that clearly have to be different. Oh, hang on. Let's get rid of all that colouring. Look at column 8. What's going on here? We've got 2 cells. These 3 are all different. There we go. There's a start. Because what I've learned from that pair and this pair is that any pair of shells that says, any pair of 3-cell 11 cages that shares 2 cells each in the same row or column are different. So these 3 are different. Right. That is a start. Let's go green, orange, and bright blue. These 3 are different because of the shared 4 cells in the column any which way. Oh, hang on. What were those digits that we are using in cages? They are 137, 128, and 236. They are not the digits 5 and 9, which go in those cells in this column, because they can't go in 3-cell 11 cages. That's slightly interesting. And I say slightly. because I can't get a bit more excited about that. Okay. Also, okay, 6, 7 and 8 have to go into this column, one in each of the cages. So these numbers are all small digits, 1, 2 or 3. Now, how do I know that? Because remember my 3 cage flavors. I've got 137, 128 and 236. Each of these has one of 6, 7 or 8. So one of them has to have a 6, one has to have a 7, one has to have an 8. The other digits in this column will be a 1, 2 and 3 spread around. And the other 3 digits in these cages are also a 1, 2 and 3, but they go in these cells that are not in column 8. And that is actually a set of 1, 2, 3, which is a bit of a weird discovery in some ways. They see all of these cells, so these can't include low digits. Actually, yeah, okay, that's slightly interesting. There's one low digit in those 2 cells, and there's one amongst those 2. Now, where is this going as a discovery? I don't know. I don't know that it's going anywhere. That's the trouble. Because, oh, okay, where do... Oh, no, it's not 5 and 9. This row has two cell 11 cages in it. 7 in this row must go in one of those 3 places. And 9... Oh, no, 9 will go in an 11 cage. 1, that can't go in a 2-cell 11 cage. Sorry, 9 will go in a 2-cell 11 cage, probably. Not certain. What are these 3? They include a 7 and a 1. Oh, and the other, and that digit that with this one makes up a 2-cell total of 11. So these 3 cells are a 7, a 1 and that. It's not actually all that helpful. That, oh, that can't go here. Oh, we need to find knight's move places in the puzzle as a oh, that's going to be a better way to approach it. That might be a better way to approach it. We need to find cells in the puzzle that by their geometry can't be in cages. Yes. That's potentially right, I think. Or maybe there are just better relations between the 3-cell cages on the knight's move than I'd realised. Actually, now I'm interested in finding out if these 3 are different. I know those 2 are different from each other, and those 2 are different from each other for reasons I've stated. I want to analyse that these 2 are different from each other. Now, if they were the same, what would happen? This digit would have to be here in this threesome. And then it would be in one of these 2 places. Okay, I'm sorry, just to make clear what I'm thinking about. I'm wondering, can these 2 be the same colour? No, hang on. Oh, they absolutely can't be, for a very simple reason, because they must share a digit with this cage. And it can't be the same digit. That's really weird. Okay, what I said earlier when I was looking at the flavours of cages is that each of these pairs of flavours shares 1 digit. Those 2 share a 1, those 2 share a 2, and those 2 share a 3. Fair enough. Now for this and this to share a cage, that shared digit is here. If this and this share a digit, and they would if the two yellows were the same, that digit cannot be here. So it can't be the same shared digit. So these two yellows are different. Right, let us make them not yellow and yellow, but yellow and red. And they're both different from this one, which is purple. Right, now, obviously, green, orange and blue are the three flavours, and red, purple and yellow are the three flavours. But I haven't related each set to the other set. However, the whole point of doing this is for this cell, which cannot be anything in red because of box 1, cannot be anything in purple because of column 3 and the Knight's Move, cannot be anything in yellow because of row 3 and the Knight's Move. So that is a non-3 cell digit. That is 5 or 9. This is a very odd way of looking at this puzzle, by the way, but it's working in a way. And that's given me a 5-9 pair, and that's why I wanted to establish this difference. But it might be worth more than that in some way. See, I know this isn't purple from column 3. So this is red or yellow. I don't see a way to rule out one of those. I don't know if it's worth marking. I can't actually establish whether green is impossible to be yellow or purple or red at all yet, which would be a very helpful connection, but I'm nowhere near that. This actually can't be yellow because of column 5, so that's purple or red. And this can't be whatever that is, but that doesn't necessarily make it yellow. Although it would be very, very helpful if it did. No, I can't say that. I don't know what I can say. Oh, this is confusing. This 5-9 pair rules out 5 or 9 from that cell. This is 6, 7 or 8. There's another of 6, 7 or 8 in there. Now, these are digits that do appear in cages, and this one is not in the yellow cage. This one is not in the red, but it could be that digit in purple or that digit in yellow. This one can't be red or purple. So this is weird. This is a yellow digit. Now, there is not actually a class of yellow digits, although there are 3 yellow digits. One of them, remember, one of them is an overlap with either red or purple. Well, it's not this one. This is the 6, 7 or 8, therefore. That is not an overlap. Remember, I mean, I keep putting these aide-memoirs back, but I'm trying to explain this. The 1, 2 and 3 are overlaps. This can't be the 1, 2 or 3 from the yellow cage because it would see its counterpart in red or purple. So it must be the 6, 7 or 8 that doesn't overlap. That is so weird. So that is a distinctive yellow digit and appears in one of these cells. Oh, I wish I knew which one. And one of these 2. It can't be... Oh, it could be in green if green was yellow. Bother. That's a weird discovery that I wasn't expecting to make. This 5-9 pair. So this, what's this? This is either that purple, which is a low digit that overlaps. Oh, this digit can't be in purple. Hang on. This digit can't be an overlapping digit. Now I'm really confused. Right, it can't overlap with purple because it sees all of those purple cells. That one by Knight's Move. But it can't be yellow 6, 7 or 8, which is already in row 2. So it's 1, 2 or 3. It does overlap with one of the cages, but it doesn't overlap with purple. It overlaps with red in one of those positions. This is frying my brain utterly. What's that telling me? What is that telling me? Scott, this was not the sort of puzzle I was expecting. Really not. This is hard. This is hard work. Oh, come on. Let's keep thinking, though. Let's keep thinking. What's going on here? I have a feeling this might be a perseverance puzzle for me. Oh, where does this digit itself go in box 3? Look at that. It can't go in those cells by Sudoku. It goes there. That is an overlapping... Oh, sorry. Yes, that is an overlapping yellow digit. So green and yellow overlap by this 1, 2 or 3. Now, where does that go in row 3? That same digit, which is the same, it can't go in red. Oh, it could go in red, because that could be... Oh, and this could be yellow. Oh, I'd forgotten that. But still, it must go here. So yellow could be green, okay. But it can't anymore. Yellow can't be green anymore, because where does that go in this cage if it is? It would have to also go here, where we've just proved this cell goes. Right. Yes. Yellow is not green. Now, I don't know... Oh, sorry, green is not yellow. I don't know whether it's purple or red yet. But it's not green. Oh, I do, because purple does not have an overlap with yellow. So it's not purple. Yes, it's red. It feels like something gained suddenly. This is a red box, and that's a red box. And we're trying to make everything red, yellow, and purple. I've still got these two to go. I don't know how to get there. Never mind about that for now. This is 6, 7, or 8, if it's not 1, 2, or 3. How did I know this was 1, 2, or 3? That was from this set. That's true. Okay. Okay. This is the red 6, 7, or 8. So this is a 1, 2, or 3. In fact, doesn't it have to be that cell, and isn't that impossible? Oh, no. I've lost my mind. I've reached an absolute impossibility. Okay, I have to go back over all of the logic here. Because something's impossible. Because... Why have I reached an impossibility? It's because this digit, if this is red, and this is red, this digit can't be in those two and has to be there. But I thought I'd proved that was the overlapping yellow digit, and this digit would then end up in one of those two cells. So something has not worked here. I have to go back through the steps and see what I did wrong. I'm so... Well, I mean, this is hard, and I'm human, so I'm not going to apologise entirely for getting it wrong, but something has gone wrong. So I'm going to go backwards, and... The trouble is, I thought I had done everything right there. So I came... Well, let's go back to... here. Now, I said red, purple and yellow are different because red couldn't be the same as yellow. And the reason I thought that particularly, what was the reason for that? Let's start even earlier. Purple clearly can't be the same as red because there are 5 digits in the same box. Purple can't be the same as yellow because there are 4 digits in the same box. So they're definitely different. Now, red and yellow being the same. I said couldn't happen for some reason. What was my reason there? That digit would have to be there and would have to be in one of those two cells. Would be a shared digit, would be 1, 2, or 3. So it would have to be there. These can't all be the same, red, yellow, and green, because there would be 4 of them in row 2. Red being shared with, or that cell being shared with that would lead, well, it would, yeah, it's okay to share a digit. Okay, what I'm positing is, are red and yellow the same? And that I came up with a reason why they definitely weren't, and maybe that was wrong. Why did I say they weren't? I can't even remember now, but let me say that those two would have to be the same if red and yellow were the same. And that digit would then have to replicate here. Ah, no, it wouldn't. It could be 6, 7, or 8. So it could be in the corner. What was it about? Oh no, it was because of the repeat digit in purple. I said if red and yellow were the same, if they were both yellow, the repeat digit that is shared between yellow and purple would have to be there for the yellow and purple in box 1, and in one of those two instead for the yellow and purple in box 2. So these have to be different. I still think this is right. Red, yellow, and purple are different. This sees every cell in red, purple, and yellow, so it's 5 or 9. This cell sees every cell in red and every cell in purple. So it doesn't appear in those boxes. It only appears in yellow, and that makes it a yellow 6, 7, or 8, which is also in one of these 2, and also in one of these 3. Now, maybe my problem comes because I haven't ruled out that green is yellow, although I can now, because then we'd have 4 yellows in this row. So green is either purple or red. Now, if it was purple, maybe it is purple. Now, maybe I can now rule out it being red on the basis that, I don't know. Well, I don't know quite what I did or what I can do at this point. Green is not yellow because of 4 yellows in row 2. Okay, that's good. Green is either purple or red. And where does this digit go in box 3? It doesn't go in any of those cells using the knight's move. Oh, and it's low because it's not 6, 7, or 8. Because the yellow 6, 7, or 8 is there. So it's 1, 2, or 3. So it is the shared digit. It has to go here. It's the shared digit between yellow and that cage. So it must go into red or purple somewhere in these cells, because it is in red or purple, and it's the same digit. So in row 3, the only place it can go is here. So this is now red. I mean, I think that's right. Now, this being 1, 2, or 3, oh, that came from this thing. So this is 6, 7, or 8. Now, maybe I'm not wrong yet. This is that red 6, 7, or 8. This is a 1, 2, or 3. But this is a huge problem because it's got to be the same 1, 2, or 3 as that one. If this digit is definitely there, I don't know. I mean, I think I've conclusively proved this and it doesn't work, but that's not right. So the force is not with me today. What have I not understood here? I really believe this is red, but that digit, which is that digit, has to be there then. And then this one is messing with this one. How could this be purple? It just can't be, because that digit will be there and won't go in this purple cage. Where else can this digit go in this box? Or does that not have to be the yellow 6, 7 or 8? Why did I think that had to be 6, 7 or 8? Because it sees all of red and purple. It is a yellow digit, and it's a yellow digit that doesn't appear in red or purple. I mean, I think that logic is pretty solid too. I am absolutely lost here. I'm really confident that I've proved that these have to be different. I'm really confident that the repeat digit in yellow and purple is not there. It has to be in one of those two. Wow, I'm really misunderstanding something badly. That, I say, has to be yellow because it's not any of red or purple. Oh, it could be 5 or 9. Yeah, that's what I've missed out. Oh. Okay, well, I've just spent quite a long time conclusively proving that this is not yellow 6, 7 or 8 because it messes all this up. So it is not yellow, it is 5 or 9. Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry. Right. But yes, so the yellow 6, 7 or 8, which can't go in red or purple, definitely goes here. And that must go here, which is not a 1, 2 or 3 now. These are both from 1, 2 and 3. That's the full set of 1, 2 and 3 in this row. That is 6, 7 or 8. I don't know what colour it's from. Yes, I do, but I don't know that this is red. It's from not this. Okay, this is not. I don't know that this isn't even yellow anymore. Good grief. Because that was based on 4 yellows in row 2. Right. Okay, at least I found the mistake. That is a tiny something. And I don't know that that's 6, 7 or 8. That's not part of what I've done. That is right. And I don't know that that's 1, 2 or 3. That is right. That's right. I don't know any of these numbers. And I don't, yes, I've now in row, oh, I was using that being 1, 2 or 3 to make this 6, 7 or 8. That is incorrect. Okay, so we're back to here. This is right. This is the same digit as that. It can't appear there. Now, if this was yellow, that digit, the 6, 7 or 8, would be in the top of this cage. This would be a 1, 2, 3 pair that replicated there and would also be in those 2 cells. Actually, that is not impossible. So I haven't ruled out that this cage is yellow yet. It can't be purple, actually. Oh no, hang on, that's not necessarily true. I was going to say, because where does the 6, 7 or 8 in purple go? Can't go in those cells, but if it was there, it could go. No, okay, it can't be purple. Where would the 6, 7 or 8 in purple go in row 3? It can't be there. This is if this was purple. It can't be there. It can't be here. And it could only be in one of these 2 if it was the same as this. But That is a yellow 678, and that is red, and the purple 678 doesn't repeat in another colour. So this is not purple. That's something. Now, I want to say it's not yellow, but how can I possibly say that? I can't quite base it on the work I've done already. Now, if this was yellow, the 6, 7 or 8 would be there. This would be 1, 2, 3. The shared digits would be up here. Red's shared digit with purple would be there. And this would be purple 6, 7 or 8. Which would have to appear here and here. Okay, I cannot rule out this being yellow on the strength of that. Can I rule out it being red somehow? Because wasn't there a problem with sharing with yellow, or was that based on a false premise? When I didn't realise this was 5 or 9, it probably was. Maybe I can colour these 5s and 9s. Let's colour them green and grey, just in case this leads to anything. Green, grey. Well, there's a grey in one of those two cells. And there's a green in one of those two. It's not uninteresting, although it doesn't quite do anything yet. This is so complicated to me. That was part of a 1, 2, 3 set. I'd forgotten that. That was this 1, 2, 3 set. I'm trying to keep tabs on, and I've forgotten a long time ago. My goodness, 35 minutes in, I haven't really got a clue what this puzzle is doing yet. Isn't this weird? Right. Where does this 1, 2 or 3 go? It can't go in those cells. It could be yellow. It could be there. And I don't know whether this is yellow or red. That's what I want to know. I really want... this is yellow, so that's red or purple. Maybe I can make some progress here, because that 6, 7 or 8, if this was yellow, couldn't be in those cells. It would have to be here. Could I rule out this being yellow? Would it help if I did? I just don't know. I don't see how I obviously can yet. There may be some fundamental way that I meant to attack this puzzle that I just can't see. There really might. One of these is grey. Oh, green. Green 5 or 9 in this box. It's going to have to be here. That cell sees those two. That cell sees those. It can't be in a 4 and it can't be in a 3 cell 11 cage. How weird is that? Now, it can be in a 2 cell 11 sum. So, I can place it in row 5. It's right there because these two are knights moves away from other green cells. This is getting weirder. That now can't be in these. I think that's going to peter out. I still can't tell whether green, which one of those two green is in. And which one of those two? No, I can't tell, but that was odd that we could place it in the middle. Even it is also an odd digit. I'll tell you what, that can't now have... I was going to say it can't have 5 or 9. This can't have 5 or 9 in it, or 4. It's not 4, 7, 5, 6, or 9, 2. This is a 3, 8 cage. And yellow 6, 7, or 8 is now not 8. Isn't that weird? Does that help anything? I suspect it doesn't much. 3, 8, 5, 9. These are from 1, 2, 6, 7. We can't have 1 in the 11 sum or in this 11 sum. So the 1 in the column has suddenly gone there. I've got a digit after just 38 minutes solving. Hurrah! Right, that's not a 1. So one of these two is a 1. So neither of these two is a 1. That one could never have been. Is that interesting? Doesn't seem it. 2, 6 or 7 here, but it can't be 7 because we can't put 4 here. Same with this, we can't put 4 there. So that's a 2, 6 pair. I'm going to get a 7 in a moment, and that's quite big. I'm going to know a flavour. This is 9 and 5 because we've got a kind of imaginary 11 cage there. So these are 3, so I'm just going to take this step at a time because I'm so excited to have finally done something. This is a 3, 7, 8 triple. That can't be 7 because this can't be 4. So that is another 3, 8 pair. When we know which way round they go here, we'll know here. But anyway, I've got this 2, 6 pair. Looking at that cell, yellow is a 7 and yellow's flavour is 7, 3, 1. Now, 7 is in one of those two cells in box whatever, box 3. 7, 4, 1, 3, 5, 9. These are from 2, 6 and 8. I don't think this is going to tell me all that much because I just still don't think I know this flavour just because I've attributed numbers to one flavour. This is a tough puzzle, but I am determined to keep going, especially now I got a bit of a breakthrough. So not just because it's for Emily, but because it is fascinating as well. That is green and grey in some order. Ah, where's grey in column 3? It's going to have to be here. It's not in the cage. So that's 5 or 9. So where do the red cells go in box 4? They don't both go in this cage. Oh, I've got to be careful here. I was about to assert that this is now a red cage. And I think that's dangerous. What I was going to say is if the 3 red cells can't go in those two because there'd be 2 constituents of 3 cells that add to 11, then they must go in those. But that is dangerous because one of them could go here. No, there are 3 of them. Yeah, it's good. This conclusion is good. 2 of them must go either there or there because amongst these 4 cells we have to put 3 reds. So one of these dominoes is going to have 2 of them. It's not that domino, or we'd already have 3 and 8 and something else here breaking the 11 cage. So this domino is both red and therefore the whole box is red. And one of these digits goes into these cells, but so it's either red is either 1, 2, 8 or 2, 3, 6, which I actually knew because I know what yellow is, so that didn't help. But those 3 and so those 2 digits repeat in that column here, and in column 2 they're in this group. So they're either 2, 6 with a 3 here, or they're 1, 2 with an 8 here. So they definitely include 2. And this is now 3 or 8. One of my, which forms a pair with this. So this red cell, 3 or 8, in this cage goes here. That's a red cell. I have to be very careful about positioning these odd lone digits because 3, if this was a red 3, it could also be yellow. So I have to be very careful with what these lone cell colours mean. But I will try and be that careful. Now, this has become red. Does that affect this colour? Or this colour? Yeah, no. what I'm wondering is, can this be red? I suspect it can't, but it also may not be easy to prove. So let's leave that. We've got a 7 in one of those two cells because of the pencil marking here. Let's just use Sudoku. So that's not 7. We can place 7 in box 7 appropriately. There it goes. Now there's no 2 in this group, so the 2 in this cage is in one of those. In fact, everything that's not yellow, red or purple, always has a 2 in, because yellow is 1, 3, 7, red and purple are 1, 2, 8 and 2, 3, 6 together. So 2 is the repeat digit between those two and is in that cell. Ha! Got a 2 in the puzzle that I wasn't expecting. One of those two is a 2. One of those two is a 2. Why don't you do something else too? This is either a 3-6 pair or a 1-8 pair, depending on what the flavour of purple is. Why can't the puzzle get a bit easier? Would that be unreasonable? It's not going to happen anyway. Right. 7 had to be somewhere in this row, not in one of those two cell cages. It also can't be there by Sudoku now. In fact, 7 in this box by Sudoku is in one of those two cells. And therefore, in one of these two, it cannot be there because that would have to be a 4. And it doesn't seem to help, because this could be yellow. No, this can't be yellow because we can't have a 1 in those cells. So that is not a 7. That is now a 7. Desperately trying to remember the knight's move amongst other things. The 7 now can't be in any of these cells. Yeah, those ones by Sudoku and knight's move. Those ones by pencil marking. So 7 is now in one of these two. I can't necessarily rule it out of that cage yet. It must indeed be in one of these two, making the cage yellow. But those positions for 7 rule out that, and they make that a 7. And then the 7 in the middle row can't be here by knight's move, so it's here. That places 7 down here. 7's getting quite lucky in this puzzle. And then we're down to that X-wing of 7s still to go, one of which will give us a yellow cage. So one of these two cages is yellow and this one isn't. This one is red or purple, which is a bit of a surprise. That's a red 3 or 8 that has to appear in the other red. Oh yeah, I don't know that these are both red. Okay, all I know is red or purple. That's not a huge deduction, actually. It felt big for a second because nothing else comes. That 3 or 8 goes here. That is the non-red 3 or 8. Yes. 2, 4, 7, 1, 3. So the grey 5, 9 is there along with a 6 or 8. The green 5, 9 is here along with a 6 or 8. This could still have a 5 or 9 in it, but only if it was a grey one there. Ah, grey there sees that cell. That's not grey. Now, come on. This is not grey or green because it sees that as well as that. So it's not 5 or 9. It's not 3, 8, 4 or 7. It's 1, 2 or 6. Which means this is not a 1, 2, 6 cage. The trouble is I don't know whether 1, 2, 6... Oh no, 1, 2, 6 isn't a cage. That's okay. Sorry. But we now need a grey along this row. It can't go in this cage. It's got to be here. Okay, now I can place grey here. This is interesting. This is a... That must be grey. How is grey suddenly helping? That must be grey. That must be grey, and that's all the greys. Now, this and this make up an 11 cage with that grey, and they're the same digit, 2 or 6. They're the same digit, and they go here. So they're a red digit, definitely, but they could be another colour. They could be a shared purple too. But they're definitely in red. But I want to say this can't be... Well, 1 is in this cage. And it's not a 1... Yeah, there's no 1 in this row. So 1 is in this cage. It's not a 1, 3, 7 because it can't have 7 in. So it's not yellow. I don't know what it is though. It's not yellow. It's red or purple. It's not red because that digit couldn't get in it. So it's purple. And it's got a 2 in it and a 1. And therefore it's 128. Purple is 128. Purple is 128. Hurrah! So this is 236 here. And is red. Red is 236. This is feels big. That's a 3. Yes. That's a 3. Red is, okay, 3 I've marked as a red digit there, but I'm going to stop that being red because 3 is shared with yellow. So it doesn't help. But this is a 2-6 pair. That's not a 1. 1-8. Come on, this has done something. This is a 1. This is an 8 in the corner, not a 3. One of these two is an 8. I'm not going to claim I know which one yet because I don't know if this can be whatever colour needs an 8. 1, 2, 8 there makes this a 6, and now grey is 5. Bingo. And green is 9. And I'm going to uncolour those because grey is all done. Maybe I'll leave the green colour for now in case it helps me spot other 9s. See, one of those is green 9. Yes, where's 9 in this row? That one covers all of those cells, so it's here. There we go. And then we've got an X-wing on 9s there. And in fact, that has therefore become a 9, yes. But we've still got an X-wing on 9s remaining. But I think I'm actually closing in on something here. That's a 6 by Sudoku. That's an 8. That fixes the 1-8 in purple up here. 1, 2, 8 there makes this a 3. Now, don't forget the Knight's move. 6 looks at that cell. 6 looks at that cell, which was done by the 11 cages. This is 1 or 6. So is this. Still haven't done this 1, 2, 3 triple. That's not 2. That's not 6. This isn't 3. Chocolate teapot time. No, it's not, because there's a Knight's move. 3 in the corner. It is time for a party, an anniversary party. Happy 41st, Emily and Byron. Right, 4 there. This is a 7 by Sudoku. This cage has become yellow. That's not a 7. This has been an exercise in perseverance. I think I'm going to finish within the hour, though, which, given what was going on earlier, is a real surprise. 9, 6, that's an 8, that's a 2. 3 by the Knight's move. The Knight's move is suddenly very helpful when you get towards finishing. Thank you, Knight's move. Now, that's a 1, and this was an original 1, 2, 3 combo, so that's 2 or 3. In fact, this is a 1, 2, 3 set. That one has to be 3 by Sudoku. It's a naked single. 2 and 1, that's an 8, and orange has become colour purple. The colour purple, thank you, Alice Walker. This must be not yellow or purple, this is red. Don't know what this is yet, I probably do. You can tell me in a moment when I get there. 6 and 2 down this column, red 3 there. This is a 7 to finish its K box. This is a 6 to finish all sorts of bits there. 2, 8, 1. This is a 1. So this is 2, 3, 6 and is red. Thank you for spying that ahead of time. 1 and 9 in the corner. And an 8 here. And there we go. That is the solution to what I found a very difficult puzzle. If that is straightforward for you, my hat is off to you, because I just don't know a way of doing that fast. That's really, really interesting. Great work, Scott. Well done. Yes, happy anniversary again to your mum. And what a great day on Cracking the Cryptic. I really enjoyed that. Fantastic. Thanks for watching. See you again soon, and bye for now.